I think sometimes, you think you got it, but you don't work it like that. Sometimes, you slip into old habits. The more that you can look at these punchlines like it's a choreographed dance, the more it will make sense. It would be helpful to review your notes. All right, so this is a scene where you're breaking up with your boyfriend and for a very specific reason, and he doesn't really understand what the problem is, kind of mid-conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? And action! But why? I don't understand. I thought it was going so well. Was it something that I did?
No, it's hard to explain.
Tell me, Jen, for God's sake, you owe me that much.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right? I'm sorry, but you do. I didn't notice it at first, but then somebody pointed it out to me, and now I can't get it out of my head, and it's driving me mad.
But I'm not a magician.
I know. That's why it's not good that you look like one.
Okay, so what did we talk about in class last night as far as your character?
About being more regal, having more dignity, and being more cold.
So where was that? You need to see yourself as much more of a genius, more of a queen, like remember, just kind of tap back into that importance of being earnest vibe. Tense, like somebody put a metal rod in your back, and, uncomfortable. And I also feel like for some reason you're taking a lot of pauses everywhere, and I'm wondering what that's about. Why are you doing that? Is this just because you're not familiar with the lines yet, or what?
I think that's part of it, yeah.
Okay. So let's at least sort of look at where your first joke would be. Where would it be?
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay. So give me, so let's kind of read through up to that. And then where's your second?
Second one is, that's why it's not good that you look like one.
I mentioned it. It's driving me. What about that line? It's driving me mad.
Yeah.
So we could have one joke there. That means no pauses until you say, you look like a magician, Michael, all right? And then the other one is, it's driving me mad. Let's just work that chunk for now. But why? I don't understand. I thought it was going so well. Was it something I did?
No, it's hard to explain.
So see how you're going, no, it's hard to explain. You see how sweet you are and witty you are? That's not the role. No, it's hard to explain, okay? But why? I don't understand. I thought it was going so well. Was it something I did?
No, it's hard to explain.
Well, tell me, for God's sake. You owe me that much.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right? I'm sorry, but you do. And I didn't notice it at first, but then somebody pointed it out to me, and I can't get it out of my head. It's driving me mad.
There you go. That's funny. Okay. So let's think a little bit about some ways that you could deliver look a magician, Michael, all right, and it's driving me mad. So this is where you're at home and you're practicing different options of ways you could deliver that punchline. So you try out a few. So I say, tell me, I say, you know me that much, and you say, you look like a magician, Michael, all right? Now give me 3 different versions of that line.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay, that's one.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay, that's good. That's funny too.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
All right, so that's 3. So of those 3, is there one that you like the best?
Maybe 2.
So how's that? What is 2 like?
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
One more time.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
You see how you're going, No. You got to be the leader. Like you're talking down to somebody. Like, you're talking to a peon.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay, is that the one that you like?
It just seems so harsh.
I wouldn't worry about it being harsh. I think that's part of the humor of it. Try it again.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay, so is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's closer.
Okay, so do it that way 5 times.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
You're still a little bit,
Okay.
Remember, surly.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Okay, that's 1. Do it 4 more times like that.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right? You look like a magician, Michael, all right? You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Again.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
Good. All right. So let's go and do that chunk up to that line. But why? I don't understand. I thought it was going so well. Was it something I did?
No, no, it's nothing like that. It's hard to explain.
Tell me, for God's sake, you owe me that much.
You look like a magician, Michael, all right?
All right. So, what was it like to do it that way? Like the process?
Much more natural than it's been.
It seems like sometimes, you slip into old habits.
Mhm.
Can you explain to me what's going on with you there? Like why that's happening, maybe?
I think one thing is I need to be saying the lines out loud more and workshopping them out loud. And another is that I'm just writing in my beats and I'm not cementing them in my body and voice.
So are you saying like you have an idea for a punchline and you just kind of like think it will be good and then you just kind of hope it will work it out?
I think, yeah.
The more that you can look at these punchlines like it's a choreographed dance, the more it will make sense to you what I'm asking you to do. And that's the way, when I'm dealing with punchlines and jokes, this is the way I do it. I figure out the way I like the line. I run it 5, 10 times in a row, that chunk. And then when I execute it, we'll see what happens. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But at least odds are it will probably happen if I've kind of ironed it in. But even if it doesn't, maybe something better will happen. But I agree with you. I think sometimes, you think you got it, but you don't work it like that.
Yeah.
So, and I think my guess would also be that sometimes it would be helpful to you to review your notes. Like, are you writing notes down after I give them to you in class? Like, are you actually scribbling them down? And if you are, then my suggestion would be before class or whenever you are doing your acting next, review the notes.
I did review my notes from yesterday before class, but it just didn't come through. And I don't know if that's, that Regal air wasn't ever in my body, I think. And I need to have worked that in.
Is it in you now?
I think so. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and then also you're going to want to dress the role too, obviously, right? So you're probably going to want to have, your hair looking very regal, your outfit looking very regal, especially when you're showcasing it too. I think it helps you when you kind of remind yourself it's the importance of being earnest and flavor.